Hi everyone, and welcome back to another video. In this video we are going to see what properties are in C#, why we use them, and how do we work with them. We saw in the previous video that private variables or fields can only be accessed within the same class. An outside class has no access to them. Well, sometimes we need to access them, and this is why we use properties. So in this piece of code here, we can firstly see a private name field, and just underneath we see a name property. A property is basically like a combination of a variable and a method, and it has two methods, the get and the set method. A property is associated to a certain field, in this case to this name field above, and they usually have, it's a good practice that the property and the field have the same name, but the properties should start with an uppercase letter. And this name property here, we can see that it has a get method, which makes it possible to get the name field outside of this class. And this set method makes it possible to assign a value to this name field still outside this class, since we have here a private name field. And just to see how this works, let's just go down below to this program class, to this main method. Let me just firstly create a user object, which is the name of the class, naming it object. And then we can by just writing object.name, so by using this name property, we can set a value to this. We can set a value to the name field. Let me just write just a string here, like Jake. And underneath, by using firstly the console.writeLine method, we can see here how we can access the field by just writing object.name. And if I run the program here, we should see name the Jake printed out of the console. So basically, by using the name property, we firstly here assign a value to the name field, and underneath here we can access the name field's value. There's also another way how we can just write all these lines of code, and this is by using auto-implemented properties. Let me just comment this out here. And to use the auto-implemented properties, this is just basically like a shorter way how to write all this code, where we do not need to specify the field here, and we do not need to specify the methods. So basically, by just writing here public string name, and then inside curly braces, I'm just going to need to write get and set. And this basically does everything that these lines here do. So this is called an auto-implemented property, and the lines below just work the same way, and we can just we can access the name field by the same way, and we can assign a new value to it just like we did before. If I run the program here, it should still work. And there's also we also have the option, for example, if we want the field to only be readable outside of the class, we can just write the get keyword here. So this name field is read-only. We can only get its value outside of the class, but we cannot modify it. If we can see here where we try to change the name's value, we see an error because the property is read-only, but we still have the option here to access the value of this private field. So these were properties in C#. They are important for the encapsulation of our application, since they hide sensitive or certain data from the users. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.